Hey guys, welcome to another Let's Program video tutorial. We'll be covering HTML in this tutorial at its basic form, so let's just jump right into it. First thing I'm going to do is, since I'm using Notepad++, I'm going to set the HTML as the language, so it will have syntax highlighting inside of this file. And that's what's nice about Notepad++ is it does have syntax highlighting. And again, Notepad++, as you've probably seen in my other PHP tutorials, if you've watched those, it's free and you can find it online. Pretty much all the software I'm going to be using in my video tutorials will be free, so don't forget to check them out if you want to. So the way we start off HTML is using tags, and pretty much everything inside of HTML is tag based, except obviously your content. And to start off an HTML file, you have a HTML tag, which is a tag is just these bracket things, I don't know what to call them, and with text inside of them, whatever the tag's name is. I'll get into some of the more tags as we go on to this tutorial. And usually they have closing tags as well. And what a closing tag is the same thing except with the forward slash before the name. And the next thing you're going to have is a head tag, also with the closing tag. And inside of the head you'll have a title and a closing title. And you notice I tabbed in, that's personal preference. I like to do that. Some people just like to have it over here, but I'm going to tab in. You can follow along with me or not. Again, personal preference, do what you wish. Inside of the title you put whatever you want the that certain page to be named. So we're just going to do HTML tutorial. And I'll do it in all caps. So if we go ahead and save this just right now, we're going to save it to my desktop. Name it index.html. You can also have it index.htm, but I'm just going to put index.html. Let me go to my desktop, drag it into view, and open it up in my browser. And you notice the title of the page is HTML tutorial. If you're using Firefox, you'll notice it's up in the top left, and it will be like the title of the browser, then Firefox. It will say next to it, and it will also be in the tab. So let's jump back in here, and under the head tag you're gonna have under the closing head tag, excuse me, you're gonna have a body and a closing body, and what's inside of the body is all your content on your web page. So everything that will be displayed inside of this white area right here. And you use tags inside of here too, and some of the common ones are P for text, and I'll show you something in a second, but I for italicized, U for underline, B for bold, strong, which is like pretty much bold, and I'll just put in hello in all these so you can see what I'm talking about. Go ahead and refresh. And you notice it does the same thing for both bold and strong, so it's pretty much the same thing, just a different name. And all the other stuff works. And you notice the P automatically went down to the next line. That's because, say I would have something above this tag too, without any breaks or anything, you'll see that it does space it automatically because it's its own paragraph, so it spaces it. So what if I didn't want to have all these on the same line? You're probably wondering, so we'll do that right now, and that's with the break tag. And break tag you usually end with a forward slash. So I'll just put these at the end of all these lines. Oh, excuse me, except on the P. Well, you can too, it doesn't really matter. I mean, you can just have these randomly placed anywhere you want. And you see it breaks down and goes to the next line, and continues to do that for all the ones that you have break tags for. And there's tons of other ones. There's an image which has attributes, so that's what I'm going to discuss right now. Image tag doesn't have a closing tag, but it's another one like BR that you want to close with a / at the end, and that's pretty much like its own closing tag, but without its own separate tag. And what an attribute is something inside of this tag that will modify this tag to be something different. And a source, which is src for an image, is followed by equals and 2 quotes, and you don't have to have the quotes, but it's recommended. It looks neater, makes yourself look better as a web developer, I guess. And whatever you'd put here is the link to the file. You could put direct link for URL, or you could put like if the folder is inside of the same thing, again you could put tutorial, hello.png or JPEG or whatever the image may be, and that would be as saying I had a folder in my desktop named tutorial with the file of hello.jpg inside of it, but I don't. So if I were to save this, you notice it just give me an error that the image wasn't loaded or correctly loaded. But one other thing I wanted to show you is there's an alt tag also for an image, and pretty much all attributes are I said tag earlier, I meant attributes. They're followed by equals and double quotes, really, usually. And what an alt is, an alternative. So say when you saw this, instead of displaying this icon here, you get like text, whatever they typed in between here. So unable to display. You can put whatever message you want, but you notice in Google Chrome it does have that problem. I've been realizing that, so I'll just go ahead and show you what it looks like in Firefox. And you notice it does work in Firefox. I'm not sure why it doesn't work in Google Chrome, but it doesn't. So that's just some of the basic HTML. We'll move away from basics, get into more advanced stuff such as tables. Later on I'll add some CSS into here, both showing you how to do it locally using a separate file that you can use multiple times throughout your program, or not program but website, excuse me, and just get more advanced as we go on. So don't forget to check out letsprogram.org, where you can find other tutorials for free. Later on there will be other ways of getting tutorials and such, but we're just starting out, so we're offering free tutorials. It's only me creating them right now, but don't forget to head over there. And if you want, join the community where other programmers will be talking, joining, and just communicating to each other, sharing ideas, sharing projects, helping each other. And that's pretty much it. So thanks for watching, guys. Check back for the next one.